We're here with Fast on the Rise comedian Teddy Smith, who appears in the acclaimed new comedy film Tomorrow's Today. Hi, Teddy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
In the film, lovable grifters rob a liquor store to pay a gambling debt to a vicious mob boss, only to find out the liquor store they rob is owned by the mobster. And in this, you play Detective James Frank, who's trying to keep them on the straight and narrow.
Or maybe they bit off more than they can chew.
He's a good guy. He comes from a rough neighborhood. He wanted to change it, make it better. So the way for him to do that was to be a cop. He had his struggles and he worked his way up to detective. I think he has a good heart and he wants to treat people like, people, not like criminals, which they are. But he's a good dude.
Okay. For now, but we're going to be watching you, boy.
Yeah? Watch this. Come on, let's go.
Nice company you keep.
How did you prepare for the role?
I was watching a lot of like cop shows and detectives and in documentaries and stuff like that. And they were always like cold and, straightforward. And I wanted him to be more like a people person. So, and then I started watching Sidney Poitier and I watched In the Heat of the Night. And I said, that's what I want to be, like that cool detective, Sidney. They called me Mr. Tibbs. I want to be Mr. Tibbs.
When this film was coming together, you were headlining comedy shows up and down the East Coast and didn't really have acting on your radar.
That's funny because I never really wanted to act. And I was doing a show and the guy that plays Charlie in the movie, Greg Criticos, saw me in the comedy club. And he's like, I want you to be part of this movie. And I'm like, nah, I'm like a stand-up comedian. I'm not an actor. He's like, you act on stage. That's the way he talks. You act on stage. I'm like, yeah, but I like what I'm doing. And he's like, come on, just come by. And I, all right. He tricked me, really. He said I can just come there and do like a podcast type thing. And I get to the room. I get to the room and I see Timothy Hines, who directs the movie, and Dominic Martini, and he's the producer of it. And I'm thinking, he tricked me. I started thinking of 12 Days of Slavery. Then the movie 12 Days of Slavery, I started thinking about that, like, oh, they tricked me. And so Timothy was really nice, which was very suspicious. He's a nice guy. You don't find too many nice people today. And he offered me this is the funny thing. He offered me some water, and it was black water. I never seen black water before. He's like, here's some black water. And I'm thinking maybe they're trying to make me feel comfortable by giving me some black water or trying to prove they're not racist. He said that the last director, Sean Young, left it there. But I'm like, really? Really, Tim? Really? She left it there? Because she's not here, so you can say she left it here. He's like, no, Teddy. Sean Young left it here. Okay. All right, Tim. I believe you. Like, hey, you're not racist. We got some black water. We got a black truck. I got a black lab. I go out at night. When I wash my clothes, I don't separate the whites from the colors. I wash them all together in unity. I was always one of those kind of people, but he was a really cool dude. He made me feel relaxed because I was very nervous. We connected on a spiritual level, which is funny because, usually I'm kind of like a loner. I don't like to be around people a lot. And me and him connected. And we talked and laughed, and he made me feel really good. I'm like, okay, this guy's cool.
Charlie Baracus and Big Ange are good pals.
Doesn't mean Charlie's still involved.
Well, it doesn't mean he's not. Be nice to get a wire on him.
Charlie would never wear a wire.
Oh my God. Take a bite. Take one bite. This side. I didn't bite that side. Just one bite. One little bite. That's all I'm asking you. Please.
What's in that egg salad?
You're insulting my wife. She made this.
I don't even know your wife.
Come on.
That looked like a deli sandwich.
This is not a deli sandwich, my friend. This is no.
Your wife really made that.
Let me make you half a sandwich.
What did I get myself into? I don't even like egg salad.
Okay.
I told you.
All right.
It upsets my stomach.
So you want liverwurst?
What's wrong with you?
How did you start your career, Teddy?
Stand-up comedy in Washington, D.C., which is where I never thought thought I would be a stand-up comic. Never thought that. I tried different jobs and I wasn't happy. And then one day I was like on my knees asking, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And I went to sleep and I had a dream that I was on stage performing. And I went to this bar and I tried to like sing and they laughed at me. So I said, comedy is my thing. And took off from there. I just started doing stand up. I moved to New York. I did the Apollo Theater and I got a standing ovation. And that led to getting other gigs. I was opening up for the Isley Brothers in Atlantic City at the Tropicana. I remember that. That was one of my highlights of my career until this movie.
Tomorrow's Today has won dozens of awards at international film festivals across the globe, including Best Actor and Best Ensemble, and has just opened on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Plex, with rave reviews from critics and fans. What's up next for Teddy?
I'm doing another movie with Timothy Hines, the director of Tomorrow's Today. We were shooting another movie in September. And then after that, in December, we're going to shoot my stand-up comedy special called Taking Chances.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to chat with us, Mr. Teddy Smith.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.